Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to detail a concrete wall with openings in Revit 2024. We'll be utilizing the Graitec Advanced PowerPack plugin to detail the wall reinforcements. I have linked the video links in the description below for the other videos on using the plugin to detail footings, columns, beams and slab. With that, we can start the process of placing rebar on walls efficiently and accurately. Let's get started. In the previous video, we discussed on how to detail a solid concrete wall using the PowerPack detailing tools. I will be using the same parameter values of this wall to detail this other wall with a door and window opening. Ensure that your reinforcement parameters align with your structural design requirements. I will drop here, select Reinforcement Assumptions command, then select the wall and hit Finish. We can start from wall web and nodes bars settings. I will set the main reinforcement type as bars, then set the hook angle to 90 degrees. Impose vertical spacing, then set the value from here. I will type 250 and also use it as the horizontal bars spacing value. I will impose both vertical and horizontal bars diameter. You can change the type by selecting on your preferred size from the list. I will leave as Y12. Set the bars closer to wall face as horizontal bars. I will leave transverse type as none. You can adjust bending diameter for transverse bars. I will set nodes type as extended horizontal bars. I will scroll down for more settings. I will give a minimum spacing value of 150, then set the maximum spacing to 300. I will leave the minimum and maximum diameters as defined. Then enable these last two options. You can choose to generate starter bars for your design from this dialog here. I will not include them in my design. In U-shaped edge bars, I will provide both left and right bars, then set the rebar type as Y12. I will use same spacing as main horizontal bars, or you can uncheck the option then set spacing value for the bars. I will enable same spacing as main bars. You can specify the length of these bars from here. I will type 600 as my horizontal length for the bars. You can set the number and rebar type of vertical constructive bars from the last two options in the U-shaped edge bar settings with preview at top. I will set to 2 and Y12, then proceed to last level linkage bars. Enable this option to generate the vertical linkage bars, then check current levels. You can define your fabrics or mesh from here. You can enable this option to generate the bars in horizontal linkage bars. Select your preferred diameter, transversal bar shape and spacing from here if required. I will set to none, then proceed to openings bars. You can set your lintel parameters from this dialog here with preview above for the lintel beam. You can define the minimum lintel height, which will be detailed as the beam height. I will set the rebar type to Y12. Set your rebar type according to your project specification. We will edit the rebar type later in the video. Define the stirrup spacing from here, then select an enclosed link shape. I will leave the minimum diameter as Y10, then go to constraints. I have a 225mm thick wall which will have two bars in the vertical and horizontal directions. We can generate the bars by dropping here. Then select Constructive Dispositions command and pick on the defined wall, then hit Finish. We can close the Design Status dialog. We now have rebars generated within the wall, as you can see. The rebars have been defined as edited in the Reinforcement Assumptions command. If I switch to front view, lintel bars have also been generated above the window and door openings. Watch this video till the end to see how the lintel bars can be edited using the plugin tools. We can adjust the parameters of the reinforcement once they have been generated to have the bars designed according to your design criteria. At the door opening, the wall linkage bars have been placed with hooks at the bottom and they have been bent at the slab. To customize the main wall bars, you need to use additional commands provided by the plugin to customize their placement and configuration. To edit these bars, drop here, select main bars, then select the wall. I will start by editing the vertical wall bars. In this first package, which can be identified as a set, we have the bars parameters which can be used to edit the rebars. We can start by setting the bottom and top offsets to 0 for this package, then update the model to view the bars. I will press OK to update the bars. I can zoom to this rebar to view the placement detail. We can go to a section view to get the required offset value for the bars. Double-click on a section to open. In section view, you can get the required offset value for the bottom and top from one package, then use it as the other package's offset. I will type DL for detail line, then sketch a line from this reference up to this other rebar reference here. I will select the line, then note the value. You should subtract half the rebar diameter used if you intend to add hooks at the end. My bottom offset value will therefore be minus 254. I can select the detail line, then hit delete. I will repeat the same procedure to get the top offset value using the detail line command. I can start from this point here, then go to the desired top reference location. I will select the line, then note the value. Remember to subtract half the bar diameter if applying hooks. We can use these values for the top and bottom offsets to adjust the bars. Drop here, select main bars command, then select the wall. In package 1, I can now edit the offsets values as required. I will type minus 254 for the bottom offset, then set hook angle to 90 and hook length to 120. In top offset, I will give a value of minus 304 as earlier discussed, then set hook angle to 90 and hook length to 120, then press OK to update the reinforcement. I will zoom to view the edited package. The bar is now constrained perfectly within the model at the bottom and top as defined. In 3D view, we can see the edited rebar, and that is how you can easily identify the sets within a package. Now that we have the offset values identified, we can edit the other vertical packages from main bars, then select the wall. In package 2, I will set the bottom offset to minus 254. Then set the hook angle to 90 degrees and hook length to 120. I will not edit the top offset for this package because of the window opening located above these bars. The quantity is 4 as seen. I will click on OK to update. The 4 bars have been updated with the new parameters in the package as defined. We can apply hooks at the top of this rebar package here. To edit again, I will right-click, then select repeat main bars. I will set the top hook angle to 90, then give a hook length of 120 and hit OK. Hooks have been added at the top end of the rebar as defined. With the wall still selected, I will continue to edit the main bars by right-clicking, then select repeat main bars. In package 3, we have 4 bars in quantity. I will leave the bottom offset as it is, then set the top offset to minus 304. I will set the hook angle to 90, then type 120 as the top hook length. I will define the same hooks parameters for the bottom, then press OK to update the reinforcement. The rebars have been updated with hooks as seen above the window opening. Click on front in the view cube to view in perspective in 3D. The plugin details rebar according to the host shape and the given parameters in the main bars dialog. We can proceed to edit the next vertical bar package. I will select main bars command, then pick on the wall to edit it. In package 4, I will set the bottom offset to minus 254, then set the top offset to minus 304. I will proceed to hooks. Give a hook angle of 90 and hook length of 120 at the top and bottom, then click on OK to update. I will repeat the main bars command, then edit the last 2 vertical packages. I will click on package 5, then I will leave the bottom offset value as it is. In hooks, I will set the angle to 90, then length to 120. I will set the top offset to minus 304. Then in hooks, I will set the angle to 90 and length to 120. I will click on package 6, Then set my bottom offset to minus 254 and top offset to minus 304. I will set the hook angle to 90 and length to 120 at both the top and bottom bar ends, then press OK to update. All vertical wall rebars have been modified according to our main bars parameters. We can now edit the vertical linkage bars located at the wall ends. Drop at main bars, select wall linkage bars command, then select a wall to edit. We can start by editing the vertical left edge bars and hooks definition. I will give a bottom offset value to minus 254. Then set the hook angle to 90 and length to 450. I will set the same hook's angle at the top. Then give a top hook length of 120. You can determine the required top offset value in section view as we did for the main vertical bars. We can proceed to the vertical right edge bars. I will set the bottom offset to minus 254. Then set the angle to 90 and length to 450. I will then set the top hook angle to 90 and length to 120. In top offset, I will give a value of minus 3110, then press OK to update. The vertical edge bars have been updated as defined from the wall linkage bars parameters. The plugin has detailed these bars to the correct orientation as seen at both ends of the concrete wall. We can also add U-shaped bars, then extend horizontal main bars to the column to add continuity to the structure. I will right-click, then select Repeat Wall Linkage Bars. In U-shaped edge, I will enable both left and right edge. Then in quantity, I will set to 11, like the main horizontal bars quantity. Set the required offsets for the start and end according to your project specification and design. I will give a value of 70 for both offsets. You can define the length from here as seen in the preview above. I will press OK to generate the U-shaped edge bars in the model. If I go to a section view, I can get the required length by typing DL for detail line. Then sketch a line from this rebar reference up to this other rebar reference here. The dimension is at 349.4, which I will round off. With that in mind, I will drop here, select wall linkage bars, then pick the wall to edit. I will give a length value of 350 for the U-shaped edge bars, then press OK to update the generated reinforcement. The bars are now detailed within the model as seen, and they have been placed above the main horizontal wall bars. Placing rebar with the plugin saves time, and the generated reinforcement can be further modified to fit your design specification. We can proceed to modify the main horizontal wall bars using the main bars command. I will drop here, select main bars, then pick on the wall to edit. I will expand the horizontal bars to edit the packages as required. The value of the required offset depends on the connecting column and rebar size. I will type minus 214 as my left offset. I will leave the right offset as it is because of the door opening. In hooks, I will give an angle of 90 and length of 120 at the left side. At side 2, I will also set the hook angle to 90, then give a length of 120. This package contains 6 identical bars as you can see from quantity. Press OK to update the reinforcement. If I zoom to the wall, you can see the updated rebars defined as package 1. Hooks have been added at both ends of the wall as defined in the hook settings. At the left side, the bars extend to the column as defined from the provided left offset value. In section view, I can show you how the bars have been linked to the column rebars. The horizontal bars end at the vertical column rebar reference without interference, and this was achieved by calculating the required offset distance of the horizontal wall rebars to the column rebar. We can proceed to modify the other horizontal bars package. Select main bars, then pick on the wall to edit. In package 2, I will leave the left offset value as it is, then edit the right offset to minus 214. In hooks, I will set the angle to 90 and length to 120 at both the left and right sides of the rebar ends. We can proceed to edit package 3. I will set the left offset to minus 214. Then in hooks, I will set the angle to 90 and length to 120 at both ends. We can proceed to package 4. I will leave the left offset as it is, then set the hook angle to 90 and length to 120. I will define the same hook's parameter values at the other end, then proceed to the last package. Here, I will start by setting the hook length to 120 at both ends. I'll then proceed to editing both the left and right offsets to -214. We have been editing all offsets with value as 36 to -214. We can now view the bars in 3D view. The horizontal bars have now been updated in the model as you can see. The generated reinforcement have been constrained in place with the parameter values from the main bars command. Hooks have been added as defined in the horizontal bars setting. To edit the lintel bars, we will utilize the opening bars command. I can zoom to this column to show you how the bars have been linked with the given parameter values. If I select on this horizontal rebar set, you can see how it has been placed and it ends at this point here. If I select on this other wall rebar set, it overlaps the previous rebar to this point within the column. This configuration forms a ringed shape within the column as seen. Remember to always use the plugin tools or commands to edit the reinforcement in your design if you intend to generate drawings with the plugin. I will open Wall 2 3D view to see all rebars at this end. We can view the column, beam, wall and slab detailing in this 3D view. I have my vertical wall rebars hooked at both ends and they are tied at the beam at the top and bottom as explained earlier. The horizontal wall bars have hooks and they are tied at the column as you can see. You can learn how to detail a column using the plugin from the video link provided in the description or on the top right screen corner. This plugin streamlines the reinforcement detailing in Revit 2024. I can rotate within the column to view the rebar orientation and the linkage details at the wall edge. This plugin has detailed all bars as defined in the reinforcement assumptions, then by adjusting to the preferred parameters in the main bars and wall linkage commands. The U-shaped edge bars can be modified from the wall linkage bars command. We can proceed to modify the lintel bars using the plugin tools. In structural detailing, doors and windows should be defined as an opening within a wall as you can see. This is a rectangular straight wall opening. In the Structure tab, you can create an opening by selecting on Wall Opening from here, then sketch the opening within a wall to the required shape. Openings are provided at every door or window positions within the structural walls. With that in mind, I will drop to view my tabs and plugins, then switch to PowerPack Detailing tab. I will zoom to the opening to explain the lintel bars as defined by default with the plugin. The rebar sizes are not to standard like the stirrup type is set as Y12. If I select on the bottom lintel bars, the type is Y8 as you can see in the properties. The top lintel bars have been detailed as Y12 as you can see. We'll be changing the type with the plugin tools for an enhanced experience of the available commands. The window lintel will be modified as a group at once. The door lintel stirrup type is Y12 as seen in the properties. The bottom lintel bars have been detailed as Y8 and the top as Y12 as seen in the properties dialog. At the door opening edges, the vertical constructive bars type is Y10 and it has been tied to the slab with the hooks going to the wall. At this other opening edge, the vertical constructive bars type is also Y10. At this window opening, the vertical constructive bars can be located here and the type is Y10 as seen in the properties. This rebar is the left vertical constructive bar for the door opening as you can see. This is the left vertical constructive bar for the window opening. Here, horizontal constructive bars have been generated also as Y10 type at the bottom of the window opening. The lintel will provide the required support at the top as detailed with the plugin. We can utilize the opening bars command to modify the lintel and constructive bars in a wall with openings. The bottom lintel bars have been enclosed within the stirrup as you can see. To modify these bars at the openings, I will drop here to see the commands, then select opening bars command from here, then pick on a wall to modify. I will expand the lintel bars and notice we have two openings in the list. Select on Lintel heading to edit both at once. Then set the top and bottom rebar type to your design specification. I will scroll down to adjust the lintel stirrups to Y8 type. We can proceed to modify the constructive horizontal bars with the preview given above. With the heading selected, I will set the main rebar type to Y12 to match the main bars as designed in this project. I will leave hooks as defined, then select on constructive vertical bars. I will change the rebar type to Y12 to match the main wall bar settings. In the settings list, you can modify all subcategory settings by selecting on heading, or you can pick on a specific opening number to adjust a single set. I will press OK to update the reinforcement in the model. I will zoom to the lintel bars to view the rebars. The bars have been updated in the model as defined in the opening bars command, and now the stirrups are Y8 as defined earlier. The generated reinforcement still activates the basic rebar functionality within Revit when selected. I can select the door lintel, then inspect the rebar set quantity and spacing within Revit. To modify this set, I will right-click, select repeat opening bars, then pick on the wall to edit. I will expand lintel, then select on opening 1 and scroll down to view the stirrup parameters. In opening 2, I can reduce the quantity to 5 to update the spacing, then press OK to update the lintel reinforcement. If I now select on these stirrups, the spacing and quantity have been updated at the rebar set, as you can see. By following the steps provided in this video, you can be able to detail a wall with openings seamlessly with the help of the PowerPack plugin. The vertical constructive bars are now Y12 as we defined in the opening bars command settings. If I select on this rebar, it has type set as Y12 as provided. I will switch to a section view to discuss one last powerful tool provided by the plugin for walls with openings. Before that, we can adjust these vertical constructive bars to have the bend rest on the U-shaped edge bars. First, I will need to determine the required offset distance. I will type DL for detail line, then start from this reference up to this other reference here, then note the value of 27. With the offset value determined, I can delete this detail line. Drop at main bars, select opening bars command, then pick on the wall to modify. I will expand the vertical constructive bars, then select on opening 1. I will minus 27 from this value to have my final bottom offset value as 316. I will type 600 as my top offset, which will lengthen the top bar height. I will proceed to opening 2, then set the top offset value to 600. Press OK to update the reinforcement in the model. The vertical constructive bars have been updated at the opening as discussed, and the bottom bend now rests on the U-shaped edge bars as required. The top offset has also been updated, as you can see, and the bars have been tied below the top beam. These bars can be modified separately using the opening bars command provided by the plugin. Remember to use the required specification design when modifying the bars with the provided tools. We can explore one more command available when detailing a wall with an opening. I have an opening within the concrete wall, as you can see. Select on openings command to create bars around openings, then pick on the desired wall and hit finish. You can create opening bars from the available 4 options provided by the plugin. The preview of the bars and the parameters of the main bars can be viewed from here. Enable from the box beside to generate the bars, then select a bar type from the list. Set the required number per layer with the details of the code initials from the preview. You can edit the spacing, anchorage, number of and layer position from the main bars openings command. I can set the number of layers to 2 from here. I will uncheck the main bars, then proceed to diagonal bars. We also have options for the edge bars at the openings if required from here. I will check the box beside lintel bars to have them generated, then set the top and bottom bar type to Y10. I will proceed to transversal bars, then set the type to Y8 and height as 250. Check the required bars to be generated within the selected wall. Then press OK to have the bars detailed in the project. We now have lintel bars at this opening, and they have been detailed with the given parameters in the openings command. If I select on the stirrup, Notice the spacing value is as defined and the bar type 2 for all the generated bars at the opening. With that, we have successfully gone through a comprehensive workflow and discussed the steps and commands used when detailing a wall with openings in Revit 2024 using the Graitec Advanced PowerPack plugin. In case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that when we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to thank you all for the continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Don't forget to like, share and comment. That's it for this video. See you in the next.